We've only just set foot in this field and already geophys are hard at work. Mick, I don't understand. Usually by this time, the three of us are around a 4x4 in a field, we discuss the site, and only then do you tell geophys where to go. Well, they're already all over the site and you haven't even spoken to them yet. Yeah, but that's because we've got this fantastic air picture with all these crop marks on it already. We can almost see where we think the archaeology is. What can you see? There are a number of circles which may well be ploughed out barrows, but then in amongst that, can you see these little rectangles? They look like Anglo-Saxon halls, which would be really exciting. This is not like you. You're normally the sceptical black country man. All we've got is circles and lines. This has never been dug. Why are you so confident that what we've got is what you say we've got? These type of marks on crop marks turn out to be sites of that period when they're excavated. Most interesting of this, of course, is the Anglo-Saxon complex up in this area here. Well, if it's Anglo-Saxon, it's Helen Geek, isn't it? Yeah, and Helen's a great expert on the Anglo-Saxon period, and I'm going to defer to Helen on this one. I'm going to hand over the responsibility to her. Great expert.
Well, actually, you know, I did my first ever undergraduate essay on Anglo-Saxon settlement in this area, so being given the chance to excavate in this field is the most exciting thing I can imagine. And if the geophysics can give us more detail, I think that we need to start in this area because that gives us the chance to look at what may be a Bronze Age barrow and an Anglo-Saxon hall. So we kind of get a double bang for our buck, so to speak. We might be able to find out all sorts of things, including is there any continuity between two periods which are so far apart? So that's where you want to put in the first trench? I think so, yeah. And it wasn't your decision? No. Refreshing, isn't it?
So we're targeting these crop marks first, hoping that a single trench will reveal whether this is a 3,500-year-old burial mound, and most excitingly, whether this is an Anglo-Saxon hall built 2,000 years later. And Helen and Mick's enthusiasm seems to have rubbed off on the rest of the team.
Any chance of shifting a bit of muck? Where to, Phil? Well, from here over there. You mark it out, I'll be there.
So it doesn't look as if we'll have to wait long to see if our field deserves all the hype. Though we'd better not be overzealous, because this field is highly protected and we've got strict limits as to how much we can dig.
Try to cut it to the line.
It's nearly lunchtime and we're putting in our first trench. How big's this one going to be, Phil?
It's about 13 by 8, something like that.
So what's that work out at?
Just it's getting on towards about 100 metres, 100 square metres.
100 square metres?
Yeah.
And how many square metres are we allowed to dig altogether?
250.
I know, it's a lot, isn't it?
12:30 day one, and we've already committed to practically half our trenchage.
Yeah, but do you want to see results or don't you want to see results?
I do want to see results, but it is a bit of a gamble, isn't it?
It's a gamble worth taking, and we're all agreed with it. It's not a gamble. We know what we're doing.
We've got to have a big area in order to see a building plan. It's an enormous building.
It's a gamble worth taking, and it's not a gamble. Let's hope this non-gamble pays off.
We know what we're doing. Oh. Careful with my shovel!
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.